a really great Egyptologist who explained all these things to me. Mut is woman sitting in her power, but when she
Yeah.
stands up, she becomes Sekhmet. And Sekhmet is representative of the Nile overflowing and destroying everything in order to allow renewal. So when the woman stands in her power, that's more of a morning star Venus. When she's seated in her power, that might be more of the evening star Venus.
Beautiful. I never even thought of that. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it was really wonderful to me. I have this amazing story where I actually encountered the energy of Sekhmet personally at a temple in Egypt, and it was quite a day. I had a Pluto transit that day, and you could tell.
So for the listeners who don't understand kind of what a Pluto transit is, you share some of that.
So Pluto in mythology might be related to Hades. So it's very underworld, but at the same time, the underworld isn't the end of the world. A lot of the times we'll associate Pluto with death and just cut it there. And I think, I have Pluto on the ascendant. So Pluto is very personal to me. My first protest that I ever staged was in 3rd grade, the first time they tried to make Pluto not a planet. And I felt like I won because they held off that year. We threw a pizza party and everything to celebrate that we had saved Pluto. Was not an astrologer when I was 8 years old, but it really checks out now. So Pluto is death and destruction for recreation. So we like to say death and rebirth. And you can't cut off at just death. You have to remember the rebirth. And so again, it's very Sekhmet, right? Destroying everything with the flooding of the Nile in order to renew. So a Pluto transit that day transformed who I was, transformed my relationships with my parents, actually, in this experience. And it was just this very stark, I am a new person. I have a new way of looking at things, and I don't go back to what I was. That part of me has perished, in a sense, has died in order for this version of me to be reborn. And I have been able to walk so much more confidently in who I am, in my abilities, and all of those things since that day, because this crucial moment happened at a very Plutonian statue, which was cool.